What's going on, guys? It's Spence, and this is obviously not the way that I planned to start out the year, at least with a sit down video about what happened in the basketball world. I still think a lot of people are coming to grips with this whole thing, and it's going to take a while, but I'm going to do my best to voice what I felt about Kobe Bryant and do it in such a way to where I can align the two numbers that he wore throughout his career, 8 and 24, starting right now. You didn't have to watch a single game of basketball to know who this man was. He inspired so many others, myself included, to pick up a basketball and play. And it's not a joke that I sit here and tell you that I had, and to some respects still do, dreams to play professional sports. There's so many indelible memories from Kobe's 20-year run in the NBA that I have and will hold on to forever. And I'm sure you've heard his career stat line ad nauseum, which 18 times an All-Star, 5 times over an NBA champ, including a three-peat from 2000 to 2002, Finals MVP, regular season MVP, 4th all-time in scoring. My coworkers have said it ad nauseum, and they've also spoken about what made Kobe Kobe, and that was the way that he carried himself. He expected perfection from himself and from everyone around him. As most of you know, I'm a born and raised Clevelander, so I was able to grow up watching him when I wasn't watching LeBron James. One of the games that I had of the Lakers on VHS circa 2002 was a game where the Lakers played Cleveland, and the Cavs in the last 2 minutes got absolutely smoked in that game for the last 2 minutes. Kobe had 32 points and Shaq had 31. And out of their team's points, they scored 63 out of 104, the final score being 104 to 97. That was three-peat Shaq and Kobe. These guys ran the show in the Western Conference. This excerpt I'm about to read is from my friend and coworker at WKRK Sports Radio 92.3, James Rapine. I think this almost perfectly captures Kobe Bryant. He was a great player, but his legacy is about much more than the game. Bryant was a motivator. He worked his tail off and put every ounce of his soul into being great. His hunger, fire, and determination to be the best is something we all can emulate. It's something everyone can strive for and hope to achieve. But for me, Kobe was so much more than that. He was a champion for women's sports, and personally, I think not enough men in this country are champions of women's sports. He was there for the U.S. women's national soccer team during their run, and he's a man who loved his family, loved basketball, and this showed in his relationship with his daughter, Gigi. Now, most of you know the meme where he's breaking down the game, talking with his hands with his daughter, Gigi. This is now one of those many indelible memories and images that he's left with us. Many people in the sports world were shocked, and shocked, I would say, is an understatement. The closest thing I can liken this to is the tragic passing of Roberto Clemente when he was in his prime back in the 1970s. So many people, Kobe's peers included, thought that he was invincible. And his Mamba mentality is what made him so invincible. He is basketball's Eliud Kipchoge. You know how people say game recognized game? Eliud posted about Kobe. Eliud Kipchoge, the 1:59:40 marathoner, posted about Kobe. That's game recognized game right there. It's also well known that Kobe would wake up at 3:30 in the morning, go and work out for 2 hours, repeat that at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then go back in the gym again at 5 p.m. or something like that, just so he got better. It's also well known that he formed that Mamba mentality mindset by picking the brains of many people outside of the realm of sport, picking the brains of businessmen, writers, filmmakers, many other people. This man won an Academy Award for his short, Dear Basketball. There's one person in the entire world, in the history of the world, that has done it, and it's Kobe Bryant. This is a man that had something so much bigger in store for Act 2 of his life. He was working on so many different projects. He coached Gigi at the Mamba Sports Academy. Very few people realize and take into account the little things in life. Kobe was one of those people who took advantage of every single one of those opportunities. He loved coaching Gigi. He loved spending time with his kids so much that he would drive them to and from school, fly them to tournaments, among many, many other things. Now, at this point, I'd be remiss if at this time I didn't mention the 7 others that lost their lives in this horrible tragedy. John, Carrie, and Alyssa Altabelli, Christina Mauser, the pilot Ara Zabayan, Sarah, and Peyton Chester. There's 3 kids, 3 teammates that didn't get their chance to change the world, and there's 6 others who didn't get to continue to change the world. And there's 4 parents there that didn't get to see their children grow up. I feel like that's the truly heartbreaking and haunting part of this. Kobe Bean and Gigi had big goals for themselves. Gigi wanted to play under Gino Auriemma at Connecticut, which is one of the most storied women's basketball programs in the world. Kobe was working on something with actress Olivia Munn to help kids be less afraid of death. I'll sit and let that marinate. This is a man who championed helping the next generation grow and develop into better people. Ellen, in her Monday monologue earlier this week, said it best. Just celebrate life. We don't know how many days we have left, and this is a stark reminder that we are never promised tomorrow, and no one knows how much time we have left. Just make the most of it. I know I will. I know the people I surround myself with will as well, and I hope tomorrow you choose to do the same. I want to close this off with something that Kobe said, and this is something that resonated with both James and myself as I read the story earlier this week before going into work and talking to him. This is from the documentary that Kobe was on called Muse. We can all be masters at our craft, but you have to make a choice. What I mean by that is that there are many inherent sacrifices that come along with that. Family time, hanging out with friends, being a great friend, being a great son, nephew, whatever the case may be. I'll say this and I'll end with 24.81 seconds of silence. And I just want to tell you, make the choice. Make the choice to master your craft, whatever it may be. For me personally, it's running. For you, it might be school. It might be going elsewhere, writing a book, filming a movie, stuff like that. Whatever it may be, just go and master your craft. I feel like that's the best way to honor Kobe Bryant. Again, rest in peace to the 9 that passed away in this tragic accident.